We all are trying to become devotee, but today we will discuss how to become Krishna's favorite devotee. Krishna himself reveals this in Srimad Bhagavad Gita in chapter 12, sloka number 13 to 20. The goal of our life is to please Krishna. Whatever we do, like worshipping, tirtha yatra, doing japa, doing sadhana, everything is to get into Krishna's arena. Because we love Krishna, and when we love somebody, what we do? We try to attain all the qualities which our beloved one like or appreciate, so that we can have a relationship with him. But here, Krishna loves his favorite devotee. And who are favorite devotees of Krishna? Who has 36 qualities described by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. So, no doubt, to become Krishna's favorite devotee, we must attain these 36 qualities. I want to mention one important thing here, that this 36 is a very special number, because when a couple is to get married, they match 36 qualities in their horoscope. And if all 36 qualities gets matched from both of their horoscope, it is said that this marriage is made in heaven, which is very rare. And if 17 to 18 qualities is also matching, that is also considered great. So, to enter Krishna's arena, we have to touch a certain level. And to achieve that level, we must attain these 36 qualities showed by Krishna himself. Today, we will discuss these 36 qualities described in Bhakti Yoga chapter 12. In shloka number 13 to 14, Krishna says to Arjuna, Adveshta sarva bhutanang maitra karuna evacha nirmama nirahankara sama dukkha sukha kshami santushta satatang yogi yatatta dridhanishchaya manarpita mana buddhi yamad bhakta same priyaha. Here, Adveshta means who is non-envious. So, Krishna says, one who is not envious but who is kind, friendly to all living entities, who does not think himself is a proprietor, who is free from false ego and equal in happiness and distress, who is always satisfied and always engaged in devotional services in determination, and whose mind and intelligence are in agreement with me, that devotee is very dear to me. So, here the first point or virtue is non-enviousness. So, if we want to be non-envious, first we need to know where this enviousness comes from. It comes from our ignorance. We always blame others that this person has caused our distress or unhappiness. Because if we do not read scriptures, we will not know whatever good or bad things happens with us, that happens because of our own karma. So, when we will have this knowledge, we will stop blaming others or any situations. Because then we will know whatever reason we are seeing as a reason of our distress, that is the upper portion of an iceberg. The actual and bigger reason is under the water. Second virtue is friendliness or maitri. We have to be friendly to all. All means not only our family or friends, including whom we do not know. Even to all living entities, we should be friendly and also should help them. It is not necessary we have to help them a lot. Whatever in a small way we can help, we should help. Even if we are not in a condition to help, then at least we can pray for others. That is also considered help, and Krishna is happy with that. But to helping others, there is only one condition, that you can't expect anything in return. Not even expectation of appreciation too. Help should be selflessly. then you can attain Karuna, which is one more important quality mentioned by Krishna. Next quality is Nirmama. The devotee who is Nirmama is very dear to Krishna. Nirmama means Nirmama. Mama means mine, means nothing is mine, or who is not attached to anything or anyone. He is Nirmama. He considered everyone or everything is a part and parcel of Krishna. His wealth, house, every material things, even his wife, children, everything is a part of Krishna. Just for some time, they are in his care, like he is the trustee of those. So, he is not the proprietor of anything he has. Everything belongs to Krishna only. And if we can think like that, automatically we will attain the next quality, means we will be free from our false ego. Next, Krishna says, the devotees who are equal in happiness and distress, they are very dear to me. So, if we can think the way that whatever good or bad things happens in our life, these all are arranged and planned by Krishna only for our good. So, this way everything becomes Krishna Prasada in our lives, because he is the only well-wisher of us, and that's why devotees are not worried. And also, if you are in high with Krishna consciousness, then nothing will affect you. But if you low in consciousness, then everything will affect you. Next point is, a devotee should be santushta or satisfied. Here, we need to understand what is satisfaction means. Satisfaction means you don't have the desire anymore in your whole life. And also, it's not depend on the fulfillment of any desire, because from fulfillment of a desire, another desire bonds, and this cycle of desire goes on and on in our whole life. So basically, true satisfaction arises from knowledge, knowing of Krishna, love for Krishna, experience of Krishna. How we will know we are satisfied or not? See, if you want to change anybody or any situation in your life, if you have any complaint in your life, then you are not satisfied. The big sign of satisfaction is acceptance. You can accept every situation, whatever happens in your life. That is called santushta. And who is santushta? They are very dear to Krishna. Now next comes santushta satata. It means the devotee who is always connected to Krishna, and who is 24/7 connected to Krishna. He is like a yogi. Whatever duties we do in our daily lives, we just need to remember Krishna all time. And the devotees who back of their mind is always thinking about Krishna like a yogi, means santushta satatam yogi, they are very close to Krishna's heart. Next quality is yatatta drida nishchaya, means Krishna like the devotees who has a firm determination. Here, this firm determination is to serve Krishna. Whatever comes in devotees' life, they will not stop remembering Krishna and serve Krishna. And Krishna always checks his devotees' determination. That's why all the difficulties comes in devotees' life. And in spite of all the opposition, if devotees are determined and able to continue his service to resolve their consciousness into Krishna, then Krishna opens his arms for those drida nishchaya devotees. Sometimes also devotees feel that Krishna is not responding to their feelings, or Krishna is not fulfilling their wishes. But they are patient to wait and continue to serve Krishna. So, that type of determination is called drida nishchaya. What virtue Krishna wants to see in his favorite devotees. Then comes manarpita manabuddhiya, means Krishna says, who gives me man, means his mind, and buddhi, means intelligence, That kind of devotee I like very much. Krishna actually said same thing in other places of Gita also. In the chapter of 34 and 8 also, Krishna asks the mind of the devotees. So, Krishna says, if you give me your mind and intelligence, then you will live in me and there is no doubt. In many places, Krishna asks only our intelligence and mind. He is not asking our body because anyway we will leave our body here. But mind is a thing what we will carry even when we'll change our body. We have to keep our mind with us. And not only mind, our intelligence, ego, we will carry as our subtle body in every lifetime. And that doesn't get dissolved till we actually go back to Krishna. That's why Krishna is not worried about our body. He is only concerned about our mind and intelligence. And the devotee who surrendered their mind and intelligence to Krishna, they are very dear to him. In shloka number 15, Krishna says, Yasmanna dijate loko, lokanna dijate chayaha, harshamarsha bhayaddegar mukta, yasacha me priyaha. It means Krishna likes those devotees who does not disturb anybody. But devotees are incapable of disturb anybody. Basically, devotees knows two things. One is, who disturb devotees, he forgives them. And who does not disturb him, he gives love to them. So, real devotees does not disturb anybody and not get disturbed by anybody because they are so full of Krishna, so nothing matters to him. Harshamarsha bhayoddegar mukta yasacha me priyaha means Krishna says the devotees who are equipoised in every situation like happiness, sorrow, anxiety, fear, they are favorite devotees of mine. See, the devotee's life is not full of roses. There are thorns. They have to face also many ups and downs. But what happens? Devotees have a very clear vision about the situations of their lives. They have the clear analysis of the whole situations and that's why they remain equipoised and accept all the challenges whatever comes in life. And actually for us, these challenges, tough situations are also important in life because that makes us dependent on Krishna, close to Krishna, and in that way we can build a relationship with Krishna. So we saw that devotees who does not disturb anybody and does not get disturbed by anybody, who is equipoised in every situations in life, that devotee Krishna like very much what Krishna says. In sloka number 16, Krishna says, Anapeksha shuchir daksha udasina gatavatha sarvarambha parityagi yamad bhakta same priyaha. Here, Anapeksha means one who has no expectation, no desire. But here, no desire means no material desire, but they have high desire, spiritual desire. It is said that the devotees do not want anything from Krishna. They want Krishna, only whole Krishna. Prabhupada always used to say, why you want to become God? I can make you greater than God. But how is that possible that one can be greater than God? Then Prabhupada said, if you become devotee of Krishna, then already you are greater than Krishna. How? Because Krishna says, Aham Bhakta Paradhina, means I am controlled by my devotee. And why Krishna controlled by his devotees? Krishna says clearly, because they don't have any material desire. That's why if we ask anything to Krishna, we always need to add these 3 words. My dear Lord Krishna, if you so desire. If you so desire, we should always add these 3 words. Next quality is Shuchi. Shuchi means clean. Krishna says, I like the devotees who is clean. Clean means not only clean physically by taking bath or maintaining other cleanliness. Clean should be from inside also, because devotees have space for Krishna in their heart, so it should be clean. How we can keep our hearts clean? Because so many bad thoughts are coming, so what should I do? We have to ensure these bad thoughts can't stay for long. They just come and quickly pass. And then we have to fill up our hearts with Krishna's thought. In that way, we can keep our heart clean and become Shuchi. So, devotees of Lord is pure inside and outside. Next quality is Daksha. Daksha means expert. Krishna says his devotees are expert. Here we can feel hopeless that we never can be Krishna's favorite devotee because we are not expert. But this expert in what aspect? Here Krishna's devotees are expert. They are always alert to fight with Maya. It means Krishna-like devotees who does not allow Maya to be cheated under provocating situations. He is always alert, always conscious of Krishna. Next means fourth quality is Udasina. Udasina means uninvolved. That means free from anxiety, free from care, free from all lower modes of material nature like anger, lust, greed. That is uninvolved. Why he is uninvolved? Because he is very much involved in a divine affair with Krishna. He is peaceful and lives in his own world. Next quality of devotees are Gata Batha, means free from all distress and anxiety. So how he is free from anxiety and distress? Because he knows who is in driving seat. Krishna is the only driver of my life. So he is not worried. Even if he sees that now life is going out of control, but he knows it may be my out of control, but not out of Krishna's control. And he has the full faith in Krishna. Next quality is Sarvarambha Parityagi. It means he doesn't take credit of anything. Rather, he gives credit to Krishna for everything. Or you can say he doesn't have the doership mentality, means Karta Bhav. He thinks himself is an instrument of Lord's hand. He will not do anything for himself, but he will do everything to please Krishna. In shloka number 17, Krishna says, Yana rishyati na deshti na shochati na kangshati shubha shubha parityagi bhakti manya yasa me priyaha. It means devotees has no harsha or no desha. Means he does not feel happy or does not feel grief about anything because he is free from all desire. And we know these feelings comes from our desire. If our desire got fulfilled, we are happy. So why devotees have no desire? Actually, devotees thinks that everything belongs to Krishna. If he loses anything, he thinks Krishna took it away. And if he gets anything, he thought it's not mine. It belongs to Krishna. Just for now, it is under my care. So there is no happiness or no grievance. Shubha Shubha Parityagi means devotees are not interested in what is auspicious and what is inauspicious. They only know what makes Krishna happy, that is auspicious, and rest are inauspicious. A devotee is ready to sacrifice everything for Krishna's satisfaction. Na shochati means he does his duty, but he does not rejoice or grieve. He is not affected by anything happens in his life. Also, there is no complaint. If we want to be Krishna's favorite devotee, then we will not complain about anything in our lives. There will be acceptance for everything. So, devotees have no fear, anxiety, no anger, greed, lust, desire, no thought, no happiness, no distress. He is stable in all situations and he is full faith in Krishna. In shloka number 18, Krishna says, Samashatru cha mitre cha tatha manapamanaya sitashna sukha dukkheshu samasanga vivarjita. In shloka number 19, Krishna says, Tulya ninda stuti mauni santushta yana kanachit aniketa sthira matir bhakti mamne priya naraha. So, Krishna says, who is equal to friends and enemies, one who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infame, who is always free from contaminating association, always silent, satisfied with anything, who doesn't care for any residence or fixed in any knowledge, who is always engaged in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. Basically, a devotee has no like and dislikes. That's why they don't have any friends or enemies. And he is always ready to forget and forgive. Because they have the knowledge that Krishna knows exactly what it takes to bring you closer to him. And Krishna is the best doctor. He knows what treatment is the best for us and he is more interested than us to get closer to him. He is very much careful that you should get closer to him. So he is working on it very seriously. That's why he put all the situations in our lives which can improve us and bring closer to him. So this way, devotees see Krishna's hand in every situations. So, if you love and respect Krishna, if you have faith in Krishna, you will not complain about anything. Prabhupada said, whatever the situations are put into, you should accept it. Because it is engineered by the Lord only and we should follow him just like a blind man follows a person with eyes. Sangha Vivarjita means a devotee does not identify with anything related to his body or any material things like gender, religion, any community or any group. His only identity is he is a devotee. So here we don't want Krishna's karuna or mercy. We just want to be Krishna's Priya Patra. And to achieve that level, we need to work hard. There is a song, Shedin Amar Kobe ba hobe, means when the day will come. So, if love for Krishna is not automatically comes in our heart, then by doing service, making a habit of thinking Krishna, one day will come when simultaneously we will love Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.